Okay guys, sorry about not being there to help you out. Hopefully this little video will help you guys make a start on this question and recognise how to use and create a compound interest calculator using Excel. So our problem is asking us to calculate the compound interest paid on $8,000 over 3 years, and we've got a whole lot of different rates. So the first one is just 12% compounded annually. So that means it's just going to recalculate the new amount 1 year at a time. So we've got 12% written in here. Number of compounds in a year is going to be 1. The interest per compounding time is going to be 12%. 3 years in the term, and so then it's going to be 3 times it's going to compound. What you have to do for the rest of this question is to then identify the different compounding ways this can occur. So if you click on this little mark there on the side of the cell, I've given you a bit of a hint on how to do that. So we want to divide the annual interest by the number of compounds in a year, so your interest is in the same time frame as the compounding interest. So what does that mean? Let's do the second one. So again, this will be 12% to start with. However, in our second one, we're biannually, so that means there are 2 compounds a year. So I need to put a 2 in here. And that means my interest rate needs to be biannual as well. So I need to take my 12% and I need to divide it by 2. Now I'm going to get Excel to do that for me by hitting equals, and then I'm going to click on the interest rate there. So I'm not typing in 12, I'm clicking on the cell, and then I'm going to divide it by the number of compounds per year, which I've written in here as 2. Again, you'll notice I haven't actually typed in the 2, I've clicked on the cell, and when I hit enter it tells me it's going to be 6%. Now I've done that on purpose because I actually want to use that rule over and over again, because it's going to be the same rule for each of those situations. I now need to think about the term. It's still going to be 3 years. But now I need to think about the number of compounds. Now, if I'm compounding twice a year, then it's going to be the number of years multiplied by the number of compounds. Again, I could just type in 3 times 2 equals 6, but what I'm going to do instead is get Excel to do the work for me, because then I'll be able to change things and it will change automatically. So I hit this cell here, which has come up as E14. I've hit the star button, remember that's multiply, and I hit that one there, which is where my number of compounds are, and I hit enter, and it's done my calculation for me. So once again, I've put a little hint in here so that you can work out the number of compounds as well. I think I've written that incorrectly. Divide the term by the number of compounds in the year. Okay. Yeah, we actually wanted to multiply. So I might change that for you. You may need to change that for yourselves as well. Okay, so let's see if we can fill in the rest. So notice I've just copied it down because it's going to be 12% each time. Now let's have a look. 12% compounded monthly. How many months are in a year? 12, so I'll pop that in. 12% compounded weekly. How many weeks are in a year? 52. I'll pop that in. And 12% compounded daily. How many days are in a year? Well, we're going to say 365. And so I've placed that there. Now, because I have the same rule that I've written in over and over again, all I have to do is move my mouse so it changes from the arrow to the little cross, click and drag down, and now it's done my compounding interest for each one of those situations, because it's copied the formula, and that was the beauty of writing the formula in here rather than writing in the actual numbers. Again, my term is 3 years, so I'm going to copy that down all the way through, and again here I want to follow this same process where I've put in the rule for this one, so I'm going to click and drag that all the way down. So even though if you have a look at this table, we've got 10,095 is going to be the number of times it's compounded. Remember that the interest is now going to be extremely small. So we're going to investigate and see whether compounding it in these different ways actually makes a difference on the amount. We'll do that in a second video. So that's getting this first page all set up. I'll show you how to set up the next parts in a second video. Thanks, guys.